So many things that's held us down, but now it looks like things are finally coming around. I know we've got a long, long way to go, and where we'll end up, I don't know. But we won't let nothing hold us back. We're putting our show together, we're polishing up our act. And if you've ever been held down before, I know you refuse to be held down anymore. Well, don't you let nothing stand in your way. I want your dream.
Welcome to the Certified Public Managers class graduation. What a turnout. We've got a packed house. I'm stunned. I'm Patrick Cates. I'm the Director of the Department of Administration. That includes the Division of Human Resource Management, which is the CPM program is part of. So this graduation today is the 13th CPM class graduation. My thanks to the graduates, your family, supervisors, and directors for attending today's ceremony. This day marks a turning point in your careers. Your presence here represents the culmination of many hours of commitment both in and out of the classroom. CPM projects will promote positive change. You are the chosen few, singled out for recognition and training to help you be better supervisors and team members, both in your current roles and for the rest of your careers. You are the new guard, the managers who will run state government for years to come. Take pride in this moment. You've earned it. The CPM program has a special place in my heart. Along with Peter Long, HR Administrator, I was a member of the inaugural CPM class when I was an Administrative Services Officer with the Division of Healthcare Financing and Policy, oh so many years ago. Truth be told, I was a dropout, the first CPM dropout. How's that for a distinction? I was promoted to a more challenging position in the middle of the course. My manager and I agreed I could not continue with the program and meet the demands of my new job. So reluctantly, I withdrew from the program. I like to think of this in the tradition of other successful dropouts, like Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, and Mark Zuckerberg. While I maybe know Zuckerberg, the lessons I learned during my time in the CPM program have served me well. One of those key lessons was recognizing that among all of us, there is a wide diversity of outlooks, perceptions, and temperaments. By the way, I am an INTJ on the Myers-Briggs scale. CPM taught me how to better reach and motivate people based on their wants and needs, and how to bring diversity together to form effective teams to solve problems and achieve strategic goals. For this, I am thankful for CPM. I would also like to thank some special people, without whom none of us would be here today. Patricia Hoppe has moved on to new challenges, but she deserves credit for creating this program and making it so successful for so many years. I thank Carrie Diltz for all of her hard work in keeping the program running smoothly. And last but not least, I thank Rebecca Kennard for assuming responsibility as the program administrator midway through the program. I would now like to introduce our keynote speaker. He is a true Nevadan, tireless in his enthusiastic devotion to our great state. He has dedicated his career to serving our citizens. He presided over the economic renaissance of Nevada after the dark days of the Great Recession. And he has been a committed supporter of state employees in a multitude of ways, including steadfast support for the CPM program. Please join me in welcoming Nevada Governor Brian Sandoval.
Thank you, Patrick, and good afternoon, everybody, and welcome. Really a proud day for everyone. I love coming to a place where there's smiles on everybody's faces. It's extraordinary, and I wanted to call attention to a few people. I believe I saw the Secretary of State, Sagaski. Is she still here? There's the Secretary of State is with us today. Senator Settlemyre from Douglas County is with us today as well. And Assemblywoman Jill Tolles from Washoe County is with us. And we have several members of my cabinet that are here as well to really celebrate the success of this class. Before I get into my formal remarks, I can't help but comment on the room we're in today. I mean, I think you're aware that you're in the old assembly chambers. We just finished the restoration of this room, and now it looks exactly how it looked like in the turn of the century. And so we're really proud of that. And then the Lincoln behind it, I guess it's not a penny, but the Lincoln behind me was done by the very same artist who did the Sarah Winnemucca downstairs. And this was presented by the Nevada 150 Sesquicentennial Commission as the final touch to this room. But we're really proud of this because this is exactly what it was meant for, a room where so much history was made, and history will continue to be made by the graduates of today's class. So it is indeed an honor to join all of our graduates of the 13th class of the Nevada Certified Public Manager Program. I'm very humbled and honored to be a part of this very special occasion with all of you, your families, your coworkers, and the many people whose personal commitment made today possible. Now, I'm also proud to be one of the very first to congratulate all of you. But most of all, I want to thank you for your dedication to public service and the visitors and citizens of our great state. This program, and I mean this, represents the very best of who we are and what we do in state government. I've had the privilege and honor to serve as governor for the past 6 years, and I continually marvel at the dedication, the courage, and the work ethic of our state employees. Now, I'm fully aware to arrive at this destination, today's graduates made the decision to take their public service another step further. Each person, and I know the family members can appreciate this, has committed a tremendous amount of time and energy on top of a long day's work to participate in this program. We have 35 graduates who represent 18 state agencies. 22 hail from the north, and I usually don't do this sectional thing, but and 13 reside in southern Nevada, and I understand that that is the Southern Assembly. Is that right? Is that what you call yourselves? But, you know, and historically, all in all, Nevada boasts 494 graduates, and the state has invested over $1 million to ensure this program's continued success. But this is what it translates to. Through the efforts of our graduates, and no pressure on all of you, but the people of Nevada have realized a return of more than $35 million in cost savings and revenue generation, direct results from the capstone projects of 200,000 new jobs, with both the number of small business 8% falling nearly 9 points from its recession peak of 13.7 in 2011, and that again is one of the most largest improvements in the nation. So what does that mean? It means that the Nevada family is growing again, and as one of the fastest growing states in the nation, we are drawing new generations to the west, what I like to call modern pioneers eager to be a part of our success, our lifestyle, and our future. This is something that all Nevadans should be proud of after having persevered through probably the most difficult economic times in our modern history. So the reality that comes with an emerging and growing economy are new demands placed on state services and the employees who provide those services. State employees bear a heavy burden, and each day brings new challenges. But you continue to meet those demands and push forward time and time again without hesitation. A wise person once said, "The place where you lose the trail is not necessarily where it ends." You move forward and blaze a new trail that we travel together in a spirit of service and collaboration. You recognize the deep and lasting responsibility entrusted to us as public servants. You embody the vision set out before you and rise to the challenges to strengthen the foundation of the state we love. Benefit from your dedication to ensuring safe and livable communities when they interact with public safety or corrections officials or seek information from our Ethics Commission. Nevadans' quality of life will be enhanced by your protecting our environment, our precious natural resources, and our state's unique wildlife populations. You are transforming education and improving our delivery of health care for Nevadans with the goal of building an educated and healthy citizenry. By investing in our technology professionals and our state's administration, we're improving the infrastructure of our state and keeping up with the daily changes in the cyber world. And finally, by maintaining the gold standard at the Gaming Control Board, aggressive employment placement through DETR, and a business-friendly atmosphere at business and industry, we're ensuring Nevada maintains a vibrant and sustainable economy. Did I get everybody? Did I catch everybody in the class? I hope so, but I mean that. So in closing, and most importantly, your coworkers will look to you for leadership, they're going to look for you for comfort, and they're going to look to you for solutions. You must be the voice that instructs them, the hand that guides them, and the example that inspires them. Your presence today proves your abilities, and Nevada needs you, and we need you now. As governor, I've been able to witness the miracle, and I mean this, the miracle of the Nevada family. I know our state employees have risen to the challenge during tough times and continue to step up as leaders. This is a special time for our state and for all Nevadans. You are the role models who will lead our next generation of public servants, and for that, I thank you. I know that you will build a Nevada with a lasting legacy of leadership, vision, and courage. So on behalf of the people of the great state of Nevada, and I love saying that because I really mean it, for all the people throughout our state, I'm honored to be with you today, and I'm honored to be able to personally congratulate all of you. So I wish you the best of luck. God bless all of you, ladies and gentlemen. God bless our graduates, and God bless the great state of Nevada, and I'm biased, the greatest state in the union. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you, Governor. We would now like to have our class speakers. We have two class speakers, one from each cohort. These were nominated by their respective classes because their fellow participants felt they embodied the spirit of their class in the CPM program. Our first speaker is David Staley of the Gaming Control Board.
Good afternoon, and thanks for coming today. This is a little awkward. When my colleagues convinced me to do the commencement speech, they told me the only three people would be here would be my children and the governor. I think somebody fibbed. But we're really glad that the rest of you showed up today because we couldn't have gotten through this, couldn't have completed this challenge without your help. We wanted to start off today by thanking Governor Sandoval and the Nevada Legislature for supporting the Certified Public Manager Program, the staff of the CPM program, Rebecca Kennard and Carrie Diltz. We also wanted to commend our friends and colleagues at work for picking up the slack when we were completing our CPM work and for helping out with our projects, even though it meant less time in their day-to-day jobs and less time for them to complete their duties. But mostly, we wanted to thank our families for their support. The CPM program required that we spend time outside of our regular employment hours so that we could complete our projects, and even doing homework in some evenings. Without your help, doing the dishes and picking up after us, there's no way we could have completed this program. So thank you all. We also wanted to recognize all the effort from Ruth and TJ Hallenbeck, our instructors for the program, and thank them for their support. They made the process enjoyable and guided us along a leadership path that led to sustained change and improvement that we're already using to make our jobs better. And I'd like to step out of what we're doing right now. I believe I was told they're watching us by video conference, and Let's show them our appreciation. It made all the difference. So thank you. During the time when the motto of the state of Nevada has been to do more with less, the public servants seated before you heard about an executive level management course provided by the state that would require a ton of extra work outside of normal work hours with no additional pay. Definitely not the kind of behavior you would expect from a government employee. Not only did the CPM program offer additional work, it also included a competitive acceptance process requiring an essay and interview with no guarantee that you would be accepted. In addition, to graduate from the CPM, we had to complete a capstone project that demonstrated real, measurable savings to our agencies and the state. I don't know if you remember, but it was raining pretty hard on the first day of class. And I grew up in Carson, so I don't own an umbrella. And I got drenched. And I thought I was going to get there early. But when I got to open the door, all the seats were full except for one seat right in front. So I squished over to my seat with everybody watching, and right about then the air conditioning kicked on. So while I sat shivering in my chair, I spent my first day kind of looking around, sizing up my classmates. Who should I sit with? Who should I not sit with? There was a crusty old guy from wildlife whose job includes wrestling geese in the mud to tag them. An eager young guy from education, crazy lady from IT, and two very serious guys from corrections, and a bunch more. However, by the end of the week, I was terrified that somebody might figure out that I had actually snuck into this class with a bunch of really talented people and send me back to my agency. It turns out the crusty old guy is only a year or two older than I am, has a young family, and speaks fluent Japanese. The young education guy led us on some of the most insightful conversations I think we had. One of my classmates designed, built, and manages the process that makes license plates for every vehicle in the state of Nevada. Another is the chief financial officer of her agency, while another is her agency's executive director. The guys from corrections were a little less serious, but the IT lady was still pretty crazy. Ruth and TJ had the task of exposing us to all the newest leadership and management philosophies and designed a whole bunch of team building exercises that built us into a very strong team. You may have seen a bunch of employees wandering around the Capitol grounds with blindfolds on. Now, I know what you're thinking. No, we weren't working on the budget. It was an exercise where two people would lead 5 or 6 on an obstacle course around the Capitol building. But what made it challenging is they could only use something like 5 words and they couldn't touch us. Think about being surrounded by a group of blindfolded people and using pivot or turn. Now, it sounds like a recipe for disaster, and in some cases it really was, but it made you really examine word choices and learn to trust the people that you work with. In another exercise, we were farmed out to various state agencies that had identified an issue they wanted assistance with. We were supposed to act as consultants, and were given 2 days to meet with the agency, evaluate the issues that they may have, and come up with a solution before making a presentation the next day. I thought it was never going to work. Here we were, completely unfamiliar with the agency we were supposed to help, no ideas of what their duties entailed, or what functions the agency used to complete their work, and we were supposed to fix something that the people that worked there weren't working well with. Wouldn't you know it, though, the challenge worked. The use of new perspectives combined with a very tight timeline produced some proposed solutions that agencies actually found helpful. We were able to suggest some strategies that hadn't been thought of or strengthen some options that had already been considered. And I was really surprised that a quick review like that would be helpful. As I mentioned, the toughest part of the CPM program was the capstone projects. My project, I think I saved the state maybe $6,500 a year, far less than the amount saved by many of the people seated in front of you. My understanding is that the capstone projects from Class 13 created a return on investment of $893,000 and projected annualized savings will return over $2.5 million. And we're just one class. I know several people working in Class 14 that are in class now, and I anticipate they will do even better than we did. And these savings were realized all while the participants completed their regular job duties, working on projects that empowered the employees who assisted them. All said, these innovative projects offer diversity in the workday and make work something to look forward to in the morning. Governor Sandoval, the CPM program has benefited from your continued support, but we believe that CPM grads can do even more for the state of Nevada. Over the course of now 14 CPM classes, state employees have demonstrated that they are driven to succeed and create meaningful change in state leadership, policy, administration, finances, and most importantly, the well-being of the people we work with. However, in most cases, we go back to our respective agencies and may not be involved with projects that benefit the state as a whole. We'd like to suggest that you consider establishing a database of CPM grads that can be used as a resource by any state agency for a new set of eyes, or that can be used as a rapid response asset when an agency does not have adequate staffing during a crisis. Through our tenure as state employees, the various projects in our capstone projects, all CPM graduates have been able to establish a track record of wanting to do more for our state, working together as a team, and being able to provide insight into areas outside of our immediate expertise. By using existing state employees, there's no additional cost to the state. Often a group of CPM graduates are located very close to the agency in need, and are already in the state system, so setting up a database should not be terribly difficult. The state of Nevada has already expended significant resources to provide the CPM program to its employees and include a broad spectrum of top skills and abilities, and we would like to ensure that this investment is used to its fullest. In closing, I thought the hardest part of this process would be making it through the selection process. Then I thought the hardest part would be stumbling around the Capitol building, then trying to finish the capstone project. However, I now know that graduating is really going to be the hardest for me because I won't be able to look forward to weeks of classes with you guys. You're some of the greatest individuals I've ever been associated with, and I will miss you all. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Our next speaker represents a Southern class. I'd like to introduce Michael Slattery from the Colorado River Commission.
Distinguished guests, colleagues, classmates, families, and Mr. Governor. It is my honor to welcome and address all of you on behalf of CPM Class 13's Southern Cohort. Now that word cohort kind of gives you a negative reaction. It's like using the word cartel. But it's what they call this. My name is Mike, and I'm from the government. But for the record, I really am trying to help. But that's hard to convince people sometimes. Our American cultural DNA is sequenced through the nucleotides of independence from and distrust of government. And over 200 years of the American experience has altered the DNA strand to also include a healthy dose of skepticism. At its very best, government is viewed as a necessary evil that is relegated to the services avoided by the private sector. And at its worst, it's the fodder of shadowy conspiracy theorists and the plot line for the latest adventures of Special Agents Mulder and Scully. One of the best tools we were provided in CPM was how to motivate and empower team members, even in the face of such public opinion. These techniques are modeled from the private sector in order to provide unrivaled levels of customer service to the citizens of the great state of Nevada. But by design, government is structured to resist change and respond slowly. The system, in theory and when properly balanced, requires a majority consensus to be built in order to even tip the scales of change. I liken it to the beloved board game Candyland. See, in government, like Candyland, you can only move a few steps forward at a time. Sometimes you take large steps backward, and very little has changed since 1949. One thing that Candyland had that government does not always have: a well-defined outcome that determines success. Let's remember, the worst thing that could happen in Candyland was getting stuck in the molasses swamp or in the gooey gumdrops. You could watch all the players pass you by while waiting to draw the right card that would free you from your confectionery confinement. Yet this setback in no way determined the outcome of the game. The game taught me as a child that patience and persistence could still allow me to win in the end. My second best takeaway from CPM was to always clearly define outcomes that signify success. It does me no good as a manager to specify the colored squares team members take to get to the outcome. That decision belongs to them, it empowers them, and allows for ownership. Just like Candyland, there is no defined path to success. In most cases, your path to the candy castle will include stints of lost in the lollipop woods and being bogged down in the molasses swamp. But with the goal clearly defined, we don't panic. We employ patience and persistence to arrive as winners at the end of the path. Yet all the techniques and strategy were secondary to my very best takeaway from CPM. I was inspired by the dedication, the tenacity, and professionalism of every single member of Class 13 Southern cohort, and I am beyond humbled to be representing them in front of you today. The relationships I have built with each member and the lasting impact that each individual perspective has enriched my own are immeasurable in worth and hard to express in words. To our culture of government skeptics, I present them as Exhibit A and challenge anyone to find a brighter, more talented, and worthy crop of people anywhere. They are more than state employees or future leaders. They are true statesmen, my peers, and my friends. And I vow always to make myself available to any of you at any time about anything. Thank you to all of you. It has again been my humble honor to represent Class 13 Southern Cohort. And on their behalf, I thank you for your presence at our graduation today. God bless Nevada and God bless the United States of America.
Thank you, Michael. Okay, so now we will move on to presentation of certificates. Watch the cord. Okay. So I'd now like to present the graduates from the Northern cohort. We have Susie Block. Brandy Cox. Ray East. Carrie Eaton. And Paul Edwards. Jennifer Frischman. Amy Garland. Carrie Graves. Russell Keglovitz. Amber Law. Justin Luna. Andreas McCool. Sean McDonald. Yvonne Navarez Goodson. John Perrell. Julia Peak. David Staley. Lisa Swearingen. Samantha Turner. Sherry Valdez. Russell Wolstenhume. Now moving to our southern cohort, Sharon Anderson. Oh, sorry. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Candice Arahu. Marina Davtian. Thomasina Fremont. Joe Garcia. Randy Humes. Dolly Jones. Crusette Ladissima. Lupe Martinez. Todd Richies. Shannon Serena. Michael Slattery. We'd also like to announce two graduates who were unable to attend. Mylin Nguyen from the Northern cohort and Chandra Koran from the Southern cohort. We wanted to acknowledge their accomplishments along with their colleagues, and we will see that they get their diplomas. Graduates, please stand. Ladies and gentlemen, Governor, I present to you the 2017 Nevada Certified Public Managers. for coming, and have a good evening.